Alright guys, welcome back to Miniature Adventures. So we got a big video today. We're going to be looking at 3 separate sets for the Nostromo. Now, these can all be used with Fate and the Nostromo. Basically, you can use them at 100% if you have a big enough space, or you can use them at 60%, which is what I'm going to be, which is about 15mm scale. Now, 100% is perfect for role-playing games and things like that, as well as for basically any kind of terrain-based RPG. Now, I love these sets. I love the Nostromo. Alien is my favorite of all the movies behind Aliens, so it's really good to have these tactile in my hands. So let's take a look. So this one is the 3-way octagon room. Basically, it's a storage room with an air shaft, and obviously you have 3 ways. I love the fact it comes with these 2 little rooms that you could use for all kinds of storage. Comes with some terrain, comes with this great looking ladder that I love, kind of extends down. You could link this with another one so they kind of link up and down, which I really love. Kind of block this off to simulate that you've come down to this and you've gone up to that. This works with all of the U.S. Nostromo stuff that the LV427 have released. I love the fact that the detail on this is just absolutely fantastic. Look at all the piping we're seeing, the way the piping reaches to the floor and doesn't stop. The floor panels are absolutely beautiful. I love the chevrons, as you can see here. And that's replicated all the way around the tiles. Here you can see we've got maybe some lockers, again more chevrons, which I like. Then this kind of intricate pattern that we also saw in the meeting room, which I really enjoy. And you can pretty much build this in any kind of format that you want. So if I wanted to have a 3-way like a T-junction, perfect. If I wanted to have it kind of like a 4-way, you could in theory do that. Or maybe I want a T like that. So I love the fact that this is completely customizable. I love the fact it comes with all the terrain to basically just fill it out. It's a storeroom, basically. It is a complete storeroom that I love. Has that kind of feel that it's been lived in, it's been worked in. We have this wall again. It has some lockers, but also has some control panels, which could really use some kind of like abject lighting. And as a junction, it's not just a boring kind of 3-way corridor junction. This is a complete room that you can use. Now, like I say, this is integral for the Fate Nostromo. At 60%, you use this to go between the different levels. Now, it doesn't have to be used for Nostromo. You could literally use this for any kind of Weyland-Yutani ship, or any ship really, especially this. There's no real Weyland-Yutani insignia, which I love. Uses the same doors as the Nostromo, so you can integrate this perfectly. So the next thing I want to take a look at is the bridge. Alright guys, so we're looking at the bridge from the Nostromo. This is as iconic as the xenomorph itself when we get to the movie. Now, you get everything you see here. Now, you don't get the computer room and the corridor. That's actually separate. You buy that separately. But you do get all of this. You get all of the terrain inside. You get all of the control panels. And you get everything as you see here. Now, I love this. This definitely gives you a kind of claustrophobic feel. It's immortalized in the DLC for isolation. I really love it. I can't wait to print this, paint this. It's already printed. Paint it, maybe add some abstract lighting. Now, it comes with inserts, just like we saw on the Hadley's Hope, for you to go on the windows. And then we have the 3 doors. Now, you don't have to use all 3 doors. You could definitely put a door here. It doesn't lead to anywhere and just say it's locked. Or you could do it. And especially if you don't have the computer room, you can do it. So, firstly, let's take a look at the computer room. Now, I love this. This is just absolutely beautiful. It gives you definitely that aesthetic feel of the mainframe that you see before. All the cooling fans and the mainframes. This just really kind of sets the scene before you get to the computer room. Mother, where not only did Ash but Ripley found out that the crew were expendable. Now, this is going to be difficult for me to paint. I'm not very good with painting white and yellow, but I really can't wait to have this all painted up. the room where Dallas got his orders from, and like I say, where Ash and where Ripley found out basically the crew are expendable. Now the chair does come off, so you don't have to put the chair on, but I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. And it pretty much prints in place and prints without support. And look at this, and as you can see, it connects to everything, so you don't have to stick with the Nostromo layout. You could literally use any kind of layout that you wanted to. Maybe it's a different ship that has Mother in a different place. Maybe Mother's here at the back of the ship, and these lead to other places. But for now, we're going to put that back there. Now, this is, like I say, as iconic as the Xenomorph, and I really do love it. The terrain is removable and printed separately, and just look at this. It comes with a couple of space helmets. You could, in theory, glue them onto the chairs. I love the detail that went into these control panels. Just look at that. Absolutely fantastic, and printed up beautifully. And then the bench, which I really love, and the map, and the coffee cup. I really love the fact that we have a coffee cup and a clipboard. This really can be used for any kind of ship that you could imagine. It doesn't necessarily have to be alien related. It could just be a spaceship. Definitely great for the Alien RPG, because this was at the time, an older ship, so there's probably quite a few in service, which I really like the idea of. It prints really easily. As you can tell, it all prints into sections. It took me probably about a week to print all off, all in all, and that's not too bad for something this big. And if we look at the detail on the walls, just like we see in all the rest of the sets, absolutely beautiful design. The attention to detail is just phenomenal. I love the fact that we, you know, have this level of detail, and the fact that it's easy to store like this. And you could resize this down to 60% to use for the faded Nostromo 15mm, which is what I've done. And we'll see some of that in a future video. Or you could keep it at this, and maybe this is a bit here. You can have a corridor down going to maybe an engine room, crew quarters, and just make a little kind of ship. Or if you have the room, you could definitely build the Nostromo. This is just an iconic ship that really has been brought to life by this terrain. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So guys, that's it really for us. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Keep watching for more videos on this series. I'm really enjoying the Nostromo. We've got a few more rooms coming up, and then we're going to take a look at the 15mm scale for Faded Nostromo. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.